Good morning, everybody. I hope you are ready for workout 2 of the week. So I'm coming at you with the exercises that either we have not done very many of, relatively new, or it's been a while so you're looking for a reminder. So I'm only leaving out a couple of exercises. If you have questions on those, please just shoot me a text or shoot me an email and I'll get you an example of it. All right, we're gonna start with our full get up. So we spent a lot of time talking about these last season. We're gonna hit them again for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think they're a fantastic exercise for mobility of the entire body, shoulder joint, hip joint, core strength, rotational strength, range of motion of our knee joint, which is something that we are gonna work on a lot this season. So reminders on this exercise. I prefer to start it from the floor. It helps me remember which body parts are moving when, but it's completely up to you. The arm that is up is the knee that's up. That is the most important thing to remember. If you can remember that the arm and the knee on the same side are in the air, you will most likely never get off on this exercise. So my free hand's out on the ground, abs in nice and tight. I'm gonna lean onto that side to sit to a really big stretch. From here, keeping that arm nice and close and pointed to the ceiling, I'm gonna lift my hips and slide that long leg all the way back behind me. Then I'm gonna come to a kneel and up off the ground to the top. I keep the leg that just came up, I keep it bent and I don't touch my heel because that's how I remember which leg goes back down first. So that leg goes back to kneel, to the side, lift, slide through, and all the way back down. All right, so remember all the important keys there. If there's any parts of that move that are giving you a hard time, you're having trouble pulling your leg through, or you're having trouble getting back all the way down to the kneel, send me a message. And then send me a video. If you send me a video of what you're doing and what you're struggling with, it's a lot easier for me to help you out, and that's what I'm here for. Okay, so while I'm down here, exercise number 2, our tempo bicycles. So pay attention to the tempo. It's 2, 2, 2, which basically should tell you we're moving slowly at a constant rate. So on these bicycles, what I want you to do is start in the middle, almost like you're stuck between a bicycle. So I got my knees at 90 degrees, feet are up, hands behind my head, my upper body is already crunched. So I'm gonna take 2 seconds to get fully stretched out. 1, 2. 2 seconds back to center. 1, 2. Switch sides. 1, 2. 1, 2. I promise you that if you follow this tempo and force yourself to stop in the middle right here every time, you will be amazed at how much more sore you are on a bicycle. A lot of times you have realized by now that a lot of times when you slow down and force control, you're really taking the muscles under pressure for longer, and it's a lot better for increasing the endurance and the strength in that muscle. So slow and steady, stop in the middle every time. While I'm down here, plank up downs. We've got these back in our season before this one, so we're gonna keep them going. While they don't take you all the way down to the ground, it's really a good way to force a little bit more weight on one side than the other, so helping to strengthen versus just staying centered. So remember on our plank up downs, we start in a full plank position. We're gonna control lower to one forearm, then to the other, and then back up. Whichever arm goes down first, my left, is gonna be the first one up. The reason I'm specific about that is what happens if you don't do that is if I go here, I don't even shift my weight onto it. It's real easy to cheat by taking that same arm right back up. So remember, right goes down first, right comes back up first. They can be done from your knees, but I really want you to try to do the down portion from your feet. So challenge yourself to control to the ground here, and then drop to your knees to get back up if you need to. And then back to that plank. Quick view from the side, so I can point This is the thing, if you have done these with me in class, you've heard me get all over you about putting your elbow where your hand is and your hand where your elbow is. So as I lower to the ground, my elbow is gonna go right where my hand was. So now I'm looking straight down at my hands, my elbows are underneath my shoulders. Come back up, this is the tough part. The hand replaces the elbow. So now my elbow's back behind me, much harder push back from there. So really focus on where you're putting those. Alrighty guys, slide them out. Dumbbells. First move, our dumbbell sprawl. We've all done these before, they were in last season, but as a reminder, abs in nice and tight. We are squatting to the ground. You want your hands as close to your feet as you can put them. Set them down, press your weight over those shoulders, over the hands, step back, step in as close as you can, even if you need to go knees wide. Stand it up nice and tall. All right, most important things to think about, hips go down nice and low. When you walk back in, close to those hands, sit back in your heels, then stand up tall. No picking it up with the chest forward or your low back will start to talk to you. Okay? Then we go into our lateral lunges, specifically with your arms in a rack position. We did this one in the assessment workout, but we're taking out the overhead press for right now. So arms up in front, abs in nice and tight. It's our regular lateral lunge. Elbows press forward, back together, pause, switch sides. Elbows press forward, back together. What I really like about doing these in a rack position is when you're down in that single leg lunge, forces you to press your elbows forward to balance out how far back you stick your butt. So if you don't push your elbows forward and you leave your arms kind of stuck right here, you have to drop your chest in order to get your hips to go back. But by pressing my elbows forward, I can keep my chest up and sit back really far, which is really important on this one. Final exercise is our dumbbell bicep curl and press. Simple move. The low body is not going to move unless you are really needing it to help you. But otherwise, I want you to take a slight bend in the knees. We've got a good, strong, steady base. Abs are in tight. We're going to take just a curl, overhead press, back down. You can choose to rotate your palms to face forward as you come up, or they can just face each other. Either is fine, but what's important is if you're in a mirror on the side, you are straight line from your hands, through your shoulders, through your spine, through your legs. What we're looking to not do is the arch in the back with the head leaning back, or the arms out in front. All of those are a sign of either really big shoulder weakness or really big issues with shoulder mobility or flexibility. And then please send me a video. I want to see where they're at. But basic move, curl, big press, head goes through the middle, back down with control. Curl, big press, down with control. All right, guys, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions or you need any help, and I am here. Have a good workout.